I've had my hand out for crumbs when God has like a whole feast just waiting for me. But I've been taking crumbs because I was too scared to eat. I don't know where to look. So if my eyesight is looking weird, I'm just gonna try to look in the middle. It's looking weird, my apologies. Okay, so, hey guys, welcome back to TPL TV. Today's video is going to be very different from the usual video. I'm still giving you guys a look, but this look is coming with a bit of a testimony and an explanation for where I've been. I've been gone from YouTube for about a month now, I believe. And Instagram already knows about it because I went live on Instagram, which you guys are going to see in this video. And I explained some things. So I don't want to make this intro too long, but I just want you guys, if you have time, to listen to the entire video because I know that I'm, how do I say this? Because I'm not going to edit this part. I know that my testimony and things that I've been through and am going through is linked to you guys that watch me. My growth and everything relating to that, the things that I go through, it's linked to you guys. Like God allows me to go through certain things so that I can be able to show you guys that you can get through whatever it is that you're going through as well. So if you don't have time right now, make sure that you make time and please watch this entire video. I do give a really lovely look, okay? This is my first time doing a glossy eye. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's a really gorgeous holiday cranberry glossy eye and it's wearable, like not a crazy glossy eye, it's a wearable one. So I think you guys will like the look. And I know that at least one of you guys that watch this video will receive confirmation, will receive a word, will receive faith, will receive some encouragement, will receive something from what I'm going to talk to you guys about in this video. So please watch the whole thing. And I just want you guys to know that I love you very, very much. And a lot is going to be happening in the next few weeks. And I hope that you guys can look at me and say, you know, I thought I couldn't do it, but Princess did it. So I'm going to give it another try. Okay? I love you guys. Enjoy the video. Bye. I chopped all my hair. So I'm about to get me a good wig. Oh, you're about to get you a good wig? So that's a part of the huge announcements that I'm going to be giving you guys in this upcoming YouTube video. I went through like sort of a transformation type of thing. Well, I wouldn't say transformation, almost like a deliverance process while I've been gone these past few weeks. God has really worked on me and I'd been holding on to a blanket of fear. Like, you know how kids have like their safety blanket or like a teddy bear that they sleep with because it causes them comfort or whatever. You know, fear can appear in a lot of different ways. And one way that fear has always shown up in my life is through good-looking opportunities. And in particular, for me, opportunities to work with companies. Okay? You guys following? Fear can show up. When fear shows up, it oftentimes, you know, looks standard. It will look like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's not possible, or I'm not strong enough, something like that. But sometimes fear can show up and look like a blessing. But in reality, it's just another tactic to hold you back from what you're supposed to do. Now, not everyone is supposed to have their own brand. That's not everyone's goal, and that's not God's plan for every person's life. But I've known since I was a little girl, that that's what I'm supposed to do. But I have gotten so complacent and comfortable over the past 2 years because I came out of such an abusive situation that just to be out of that environment at all was like, okay, this is it. This is what God has been preparing me for. The fight hasn't been in vain. The prayers were not in vain. But that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg of what God had for me. And deep down inside, I knew that. But fear will keep you in a place, it will keep you in complacency when you're really not supposed to be there. It will keep you, in my case, it will keep you working with other brands instead of building your own. You feel me? And before I took the break that I just took, if you watched my YouTube video, then you heard me at the end say, what did I say? Yeah, at the end of that video, I said, I have a really huge announcement for you guys. I'm really excited to tell you guys what's going on, really excited, get your coin ready. And that announcement was me actually working with another brand. And it was working with them in sort of the capacity of a collaboration. Okay? Follow the story. Working with another brand. And this opportunity, this is something that I prayed for. Instead of praying for God to give me my own brand, I prayed for God to let me work with other brands. Feel me? So I was so excited. I was so blessed. I was like, yes, God, you're best. You're my father. You're my provider. You're all of that. And God was just looking at me like, I'm about to rock your world because I'm sick of you. Okay? You sick of it. So let me take a sip of my coffee. Hold on. So I was going to announce that. The next day. Like I had my camera set up, I had my light set up, I had everything ready to go. And I sat down and I can't say that I fell ill. I didn't get sick physically, but spiritually, something started happening to where I had to go lay down. So I had to go lay down, I had to go sit down, and I slept and I dreamt. And sometimes God will pick the most vulnerable point in your life to speak to you so that you don't get confused and start thinking that it's you that's speaking to yourself, or maybe it's your insecurity speaking to you or something like that, or you making something up in your head, right? So I was sleeping, and there's a point in time where you're not asleep, but you're also not awake. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like you've slept, it's like say you went to bed at 10 and then you woke up at 6 a.m. At like 5:57, before you wake up at 6 a.m., your normal 6 a.m. time, at like 5:57, God will wake you up and start talking to you. If there's something super important that he has to say, he'll wake you up and start talking to you and speaking to you and saying, why do you keep allowing fear to trick you into not doing what I've called you to do? And it's at that point, you can't ignore that. You know what you heard. You know what you heard. It might have sounded like a whisper. It might have not even have come in the form of words. Sometimes it just comes in the form of, you can feel those words being stamped onto your heart. You know what I mean? And that's what it's like. It's not always you hearing God's voice or you seeing a sign in the sky or on TV or something like that. Sometimes those words, I don't know how God does it, but those words, he'll just take each word and stamp it onto your heart until you feel the whole sentence. And you're just like, okay, God, I'm done fighting. I'm done fighting you. I'm done acting like I didn't know that the spirit of fear was using that to keep drawing me away from what you have called for me to do, what you called for me to do years ago. What I tried to do, but allowed all of the failures that have happened to me to make me stop trying, even though there were so many roadblocks preventing it. So the collaboration that I said I was going to do, I won't say what brand it is. Don't worry about that. It's not important. I was going to do a collaboration, and the day of, literally the day of this collaboration, everything fell apart. Everything fell apart. When I say like a domino, you guys, you've seen the videos of dominoes falling. You knock one piece down, everything around just falls down. That is what happened that day. Like say the product was supposed to launch at 6 p.m., right? At 5:45, everything fell down. And I was like, okay. And there was nothing on my part. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just me, you know? And it's like God allowed the opportunity to be presented so that he can show me how the spirit of fear works. So that he can show me what the spirit of fear has been doing to me for years. And when everything fell apart, I was like, I wasn't even mad, because in my spirit, I knew that this was going to happen. Okay? I knew it was. I knew that it wasn't going to work out. I knew that that was being placed in my life. First of all, God was allowing it, because God's plans are better than all of our plans. But God allowed it so that I can see exactly how the spirit of fear has kept me in this web for so many years by just dropping crumbs in front of my face. When it fell apart, I said, thank you, God. That's what I said. I said, maybe I didn't say that initially. I was a little bit perturbed because I was like, I should have known. But eventually it was a thank you, God. Thank you, God, because I've had my hand out for the wrong things. You feel me? I've had my hand out to the wrong people, when in reality, I should be having my hand out to be bringing other people up so that they can put their hand out to bring someone else up. I've had my hand out for crumbs when God has like a whole feast just waiting for me. But I've been taking crumbs because I was too scared to eat. I was taking crumbs because I was too scared to eat. And I was scared because I didn't really feel like I deserved it. I didn't feel like it was possible for me to do it. I was viewing my world through a lens that was so clouded, so veiled. It was like I was a blind person. I couldn't fathom that I could ever be strong enough to have my own. And that is that blanket of fear that I was talking about when I first started talking. That's what I've been bundled up my whole life. I have been bundled up. In 2016, I took that blanket off. I created my website. I paid, I think like $1,200 for my website. I had the photo shoot. I bought the products that I'm still wearing right now. I had my logo. I had everything. And when I was supposed to launch, all the money that I'd saved, done, disappeared. I don't even remember what happened, but something happened to where maybe I had to pay for something last minute or something like that, but I could not generate the funds to create. And then all of a sudden, maybe all of the packaging that I bought was stolen. And then some of the products that I bought were lost in the mail, still lost to this day, never to be recovered. All of these roadblocks started happening. And because there's been so much failure in my life, I was just like, you know what, God? I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Why does everything have to be a fight? Why can't I just, I see XYZ person starting their businesses, no issue. But how do I know they don't have an issue? The only difference between me and them is they didn't stop. I know that my life is not normal and that it's harder than most other people's lives. And that's just what it is. That's just life. There's no way to change how the devil pursues you. There's no way to change how the devil's going to attack you. All you can do is go on the offense and start attacking him. You know what I'm saying? And I was going through and had been through so much, especially at that time in 2016. I was starting a business during a bout of PTSD. And I'm not going to say that I wasn't supposed to start it, but I will say I was not strong enough. I was tired. I was exhausted. How much more? How much more fighting? So I gave up. And all of that I did, the photo shoot, the website, the products, I let them go. And that was in 2016. And when this whole thing that was supposed to be a collaboration fell apart, I when I tell you guys, I had so many different dreams. I can't even name all of them. But maybe 2 weeks after that, as I was still in this spiritual hiatus from the world, just me and God, while I was there, I dreamt about the website that I created in 2016. I dreamt about that website, and in the dream, it's like something was telling me, this is still yours. You still have this. Yeah, you deleted your Shopify account. You deleted those pictures. You deleted everything. You deleted this person's number, that person's number. You washed your hands of it. You deleted tens of thousands of emails. But this is still yours. And if you want it, I will restore it. You guys. When I woke up from that dream, I sat up in my bed and I said, okay, listen, God, I'm not here to play games with you, okay? I'm coming to you, woman. Actually, I said, I'm coming to you, daughter to father, okay? If you restore this website for me, if you restore the contacts that I had, if you restore the things, the effort that I put in 2016, if you restore that for me, I promise you, I will launch this business. I promise you. I said, if you restore the things that I deleted 5 years ago, if you do that, I promise I will start again. I will. After I said that prayer, I got up, I picked up my phone, I picked up my laptop, and I started making calls. Shopify doesn't have a number. Shopify only has a chat. And the person I was chatting with, I could tell that English was not their first language. So we had to almost talk to each other like we were friends. And within 2 hours, everything that I deleted from 5 years ago, mind you, Shopify has a policy to where they delete all of your stuff after 6 months if there's inactivity. Everything is wiped clean. Not just your account. Like, you may be able to recover your account, like if your email address is linked to something, but the website that you built will be gone. And my website, I paid like a few thousand to build my website and get the flyers and everything like that, the photo shoot, all of that. Within 2 hours, everything was restored. Everything. Everything. Not just the website that I built, not just the pictures. I found the pictures, all of the raw pictures that I took for my photo shoot, the product pics. I went into Dropbox. I forgotten my password. I didn't know that I even still had this Dropbox file. The pictures from the photographer, raw images, were restored. The vendor contacts, because anybody who runs any type of company, but specifically if you're running a hair company, it's wise to have multiple vendors. And I only held on to one because I was like, listen, I'm not going to sell hair. I'm only going to be buying hair for myself, friends and family if they need it. I'm only going to be buying wigs for myself, friends and family if they need it. As God is my witness, I couldn't even get into my WhatsApp for years. My WhatsApp app popped up on my phone. Opened. It just opened on my phone, and it was open. And all of the chats that I had from 2016, I couldn't even remember the names of the people I was talking to. They started talking to me like time hadn't even passed. They started talking to me like we were picking up conversations from 5 years ago. Like they knew I was coming back or something. Every single thing that I thought was gone was restored. And 2 days before the launch of what was supposed to be the launch of that collaboration, my oldest sister sat me down and we had a really long and painful conversation. She had to really get real with me about some certain things that we can talk about at another time because it doesn't exactly have anything to do with this. But I am going to share that with you guys because my purpose here on social media, when I say I haven't even been skimming the surface, I've been hovering above the surface of what I'm supposed to do here. I've done some good. I've done a lot of good. I'm not even going to play myself like that. I've done a lot of good. But there's so much more that I'm supposed to do for you guys. And I have really, and I apologize, I have been slacking. But that's why I had to go away, because some things needed to be changed. So I had that conversation with my sister. And after I left her house, she texted me, because part of the conversation was about me having my own business and me having to have done that, me needing to have done that years ago, and me holding on to that blanket of fear. So she texted me as soon as I got back in my house. She texted me, and it was just a picture. Guess what it was a picture of? It was a picture of one of the brochures that I had made in 2016. You know how when you buy a weave or a wig from somebody, they put one of those brochures in there to teach you how to take care of the hair or to give you a discount or something? She texted me a picture of that brochure. Listen to me very, very carefully. This is from 5 years ago. I never even gave her one of those brochures. I never even gave her one of those brochures. How did she even get it? I even said to her, how did you get this? Listen very carefully. I said, Michelle, where did you even find this? You know what she said? Her daughter, my niece, who back then was probably about maybe 6 or 7. She was 4 years old when I started trying to do this business. What does a 4-year-old know about a hair company? I never sat down and talked with my niece about this hair company. As God is my witness, I don't lie as is, but as God is my witness, she told me Savannah found it in a book. Savannah found it in one of her children's books. My 10-year-old niece found my hair brochure from 5 years ago that I never gave out to anyone, that I kept in a box away. She found that brochure. How? If not God. How? When she sent me that picture, I burst into tears. And I was like, okay, God, all right. I heard you. I'm here. And I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do. I took that blanket off. Sometimes you have to, even you don't have to see the blanket yourself. If you know something is on you, take it off. I was doing this. I was praying and I was like, God, I take that blanket off. I take that blanket of fear off. I remove it. I'm here. I hear you. I hear you. And it's not about the hair. It's not about making money. Of course, it's about making money. We love money. There's no reason to shy away from that. But it's about how I'm going to make sure that you guys are okay. Not even okay. It's how I'm going to make sure that you guys are prosperous from what I can do with my business. It's how I'm going to make sure that influencers that look like me are prosperous from what I will do with my business. That's why I need to do this. That's why. It's about how I'm going to be able to change the lives of women who didn't get to be taught how to be women and what womanhood is and what it feels like and what you should expect from the world as a woman. That's why I've been gone. That's why. Because I had an obligation, I have an obligation to you guys to be as whole as possible. Because whether some of you know it or not, well, of course you guys know. I mean, I'm here. I didn't know how much of an influence I have on people that watch me. And you guys can't see me out here doing the bare minimum or even worse, less than the bare minimum, because it's just not right. What am I teaching you guys if I don't even have my own? So that's why I was gone. That's why I had to do some work on me. I needed to be, it was a deliverance process, and I'm still going through the deliverance process. It's not over. It's not done. This is something that I had to do. I had to go so that I can come back properly and really start making moves for you guys. And all I can say is this. That's the tip of the iceberg of what we're doing. You guys know that, I don't know. I mean, I don't speak on things before I've done them, but my goal is to have a beauty conglomerate, okay? A lot is happening, and I can't say everything, but that's why I was gone, and I'm back now. Today is day 1. I did film while I was away. I wanted to do the 12 days of Christmas, but I think we're down to like 10 days of Christmas, so I guess we're not doing that. But I am going to be on here every single day. I have so much to share with you guys, and I'm going to be giving looks per usual, and soon I will be able to announce my brand, at least the first wave of my brand. So that's where I am, and I just have a lot of plans. A couple of months ago, I was able to really sew into a group of young women, young and older than me. And I was able to teach them how to do their makeup and teach them how to do their skincare routines and just teach them how to at least a portion of how to take care of themselves as women. And I don't know everything, but I know what I wasn't taught, and I know that I have the potential to be able to share what I wasn't taught and what I know now. You know, being a woman isn't only about makeup and hair and skincare and all of that. It's about how you see yourself. And this world teaches us to see ourselves as objects. And that's no. Okay? So I have a lot of work to do. But yeah, that's why I've been gone. Is coffee still hot? Dang, it's still hot. Haven't I been talking for a long time? I mean, jeez. It's still hot. So I'm definitely gonna have to do that on the IG story. But anywho, I love you all. I do. You guys, don't get emotional. Calm down, calm down. But yeah, God is amazing. Sometimes when you just haven't been listening for years, and God knows that, because people think that time is just infinite, and it's so not. It's not. Time is infinite, but for human beings, you have to remember, and for those who don't know, realize that there are certain milestones that you're supposed to be hitting. And if you don't strap on your boots and get in the game, you're going to miss those milestones. And if you miss them, it's gone. But God is so gracious and so good that the milestone that I missed back in 2016 was fully restored. Fully restored 5 years later. Just hold on, you guys, you know. If you're somebody who has been scared of doing something, I promise you, failure is par for the course. Par for the course. You guys are funny. Hey, Alma. Trying to see, make sure I didn't miss any questions or anything. And yeah, God definitely does want us to talk to him like that. If you're a guy, talk to God, father to son. If you're a girl, talk to him, father to daughter. At the end of the day, God is our father. And that's it. Yeah. And try to put yourself, Shanae Anthony said, the thing is to look at the fact that others may have it worse than you. Yeah. Sometimes you really just have to look outside of your own circumstances. And I know your circumstances are hard. My circumstances are very difficult, but there are people who have it far worse. You might have it worse in this area, but imagine if you had it worse in that area. You know what I mean? All right. Can't look through everything. So that's why I've been gone, but I love you guys so much because I did want to be able to explain it to Instagram. And this is not something that I could have expressed on my IG story. That's just, child. Instagram only allows you to put, what, like 100 clips? Yeah, no. Lenny Boo, you can turn around anything. Anything. As long as you're still alive, it's not too late. I don't know what happens. Yeah, as long as you're still alive, it's not too late. Yes, Emily Alma, they think we're objects and incubators. But we're so much more. So much more. So yeah, I gotta go. It's snowing and raining outside. The weather is something else. I haven't been outside today, but my sister said that it is a slip and slide out there. So I ain't going nowhere. But I'm gonna go. I gotta film everything that I just said to you guys. Ciao. I gotta put it in a YouTube video. How I'm gonna do that? How? So, yeah. That's where I am. I love you all so very much. Thank you for being with me in this time. Thank you for listening to me. I know I can talk a whole lot, but I always have a lot to say. So, yeah, I think we can do another live tomorrow. But that'll be earlier in the morning because I'm going to be waking up early to drink my coffee. And this coffee's still hot. Thank you, Emily. I love and appreciate you guys so much. And I'll see you all tomorrow. All of the products, I'm going to be putting it on my IG story before tonight by 8 p.m. So don't you guys worry. All right, love you guys. Love you, Laura Lush. You stay safe too. All you guys stay safe. Keep warm. Wear your mask. Don't go out if you don't have to. God forbid if you're not feeling well, go straight to the emergency room. Don't waste any time. I've heard some sad stories about people not getting checked out and then arriving to the hospital super late and either not making it or having to go through a lot when they could have gone through just a little. So anyway, stay safe, you guys. Stay warm. I love you all. Goodbye.